Is the Sabarimala marking us now? Rahul Easwar, spokesperson and the chief priest, grandson of the Sabarimala temple. He joins us from Thiruvananthapuram. Also here is Sanal Edamaruku, president of the Indian Rationalist Association. Rahul Easwaran, the Tantri, the traditional supreme priest at Sabarimala, says that Makara Jyothi is a star in the sky. It's a traditional symbolic Deepa Aradhana. The question here is, who is lighting this star or this holy light in the sky? Why not say that, you know, at the end of the day it is man-made, but at the same time it's a matter of faith for millions?
Rajdeep, 3 points. First, I welcome everyone to question the belief. Not only the belief can be questioned, even God can be questioned. There is no issue. The faith and the philosophy is so strong that even after questioning it won't fall down. Second point, Makara Jyothi and Makara Vilakku are different. Makara Jyothi is a celestial star. Astronomers call it Sirius. And for your information, Sirius, the word comes from a Latin Greek word which exactly means Jyoti or lighting or that which is, having flame. So Makara Jyothi is a star, Makara Vilakku is a symbolic Deeparadhana. Here in the report itself, there is a small confusion. What you are showing on screen is Makara Vilakku. Vilakku means lamp which is always lighted. Makara Jyothi is a star. And the third point, many people ask if Makara Jyothi is man-made. I say the only thing in Sabarimala that is not man-made as a part of ritual is Makara Jyothi. Temple is man-made, idol is man-made, the priest is man-made, the 18 steps are man-made. The only thing that is non-man-made is Makara Jyothi because it is a star. Let's a publicity occasion.
So, Rahul himself has came once in a television program, along with me, and agreed with me that this is a... The whole question is whether it's Makara Jyothi or Makara Vilakku is not issue. That there is a fraud happening and the state is doing that.
It's a symbolic lighting of Deeparadhana 3 times in a place called Ponnambalavada where Dakshina went. So it's a very clear thing. Rationalists and atheists want to confuse these things because this is an only occasion where hardly there are any number of rationalists or so-called rationalists. So it's an occasion for them.
The point being made by Rahul Easwar, and he's trying to distinguish between the Makara Jyothi and between the Makara Vilakku.
The star, that is the star Sirius, has been existing before the construction of Sabarimala temple and before the formation of earth. And that star Sirius is one of the, brightest stars. And your Sabarimala. So for example, if you say that
Rahul Easwaran, the fact is the state of course says it's a question of faith. The state says it is religious traditions, don't challenge them. Do you have proof? Do you have evidence to show that this is not man-made? There is a question of evidence. Is there evidence to it?
I have absolute evidence, and that evidence is Encyclopedia Britannica, in which it is clearly written. Anyway, I started Encyclopedia Britannica.
That's not the question.
Even though
we are speaking about the artificial lights.
It clearly says Sirius is a star which is worshipped in many cultures, not only Indian culture, in many cultures. But here, Rajdeep ji, you can clearly see. Dear Sanal Edamaruku sir, he is acting on a propaganda by Edamaruku. It's a book by Edamaruku, basically tarnishing Sabarimala almost 25 years ago. And remember, so in order to increase the number of dwindling rationalists, they are making a propaganda out of the death of 102 pilgrims.
Okay, I want to bring in Sanal again. Sanal, the fact is that believers will say rationalists are using this to somewhere discredit Lord Ayyappa, the faith of millions who take such pains to reach this hill. The fact is, at the end of the day, neither the court nor the Kerala government is intervening. The Kerala government, left government, non-believer, is saying it's a matter of faith that can't be probed. Are you isolated? Are the rationalists isolated on this issue of the Makara Jyothi?
Rahul himself has came once in a television program, along with me, and agreed with me that this is a fraud and he would join Rationalists to expose this thing. Now he has changed his position. Of course, he wants an escape route, and I understand your pity situation, and I fully feel sympathy for your position.
Okay, final word, Rahul Easwar. Was there ever a stage which you said that this was man-made? Did you ever at any stage admit to it?
It's on the YouTube, it's available.
And Rajdeep ji, September 15, 2008, you can check the videos in YouTube where I categorically distinguish between Makara Jyothi and Makara Vilakku. Sri Sanal Edamaruku and the Rationalists when they are thoroughly exposed with their propaganda, would like to put words in my mouth. And one more thing I'd like to remind Sanal Edamaruku. Day before yesterday, there was a debate in Kerala with Rationalists and me. I totally exposed them, and at the end of it, Rationalists told me, we misunderstood the difference between Makara Vilakku and Makara Jyothi.
Rahul Easwar, this is an argument between rationalists and believers that can go on endlessly. We leave it to the faith and the millions of pilgrims